It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. Everybody alright? It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. Hey, you better hold on tight. It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. K.O. I think they're ready. You tuned into what you tuned into.
Hey, how everybody doing this evening? Hey, welcome to another episode of the record. I'm the host, of course. My name is Kevin Young. Hey, we got a barn burner for you tonight. We got Mr. Willie Clayton. The Willie Clayton is coming on here tonight. He hadn't popped on yet. I think he's having some difficulties over there. But look, let's talk for a minute. Past weekend, we had went to an award show, Jackson Music Award, went there. And I'm here to tell you, very, very professional organization from the start to finish. Very, very professional. Saw a lot of people there. Had a good time. Actually went down on that Sunday. Hung out in the city of Jackson. Met some very, very nice people there downtown. And met some very nice people there at the event on Monday. But if you're a fan of Southern Soul, if you're an artist of Southern Soul, if you're a DJ, you're a producer, y'all need to attend that event. Next year, they're going to have their 50th anniversary, 50th, 50. And you guys need to attend that. And the reason why I say that because you don't have to be recognized to support something. Just because you're not getting an award, you don't have to get an award to be supportive. I told Mr. Thompson, Mr. Lee, I said, I'm going to try to come every year because I love the way they handle their business there. I love the professionalism of themselves and their staff. Very professional people. It went a little long, but that's okay. But you had some great artists there. You got a lot of people who got awarded. And I met some very interesting people there. I didn't know a lot of folks watched Off the Record. There's a lot of people that watched Off the Record who were there. And I took pictures with them and stuff. I'm very affable. I take pictures with anybody, don't matter. If I take a picture with you, I'm going to post it. So that's another thing I saw. I saw a lot of people taking pictures and stuff. I saw a lot of artists there. But I did see a lot of artists there as well. I think everybody should have been there. Actually, Mr. Willie Clayton was there. Very, very good guy. I'm waiting for him to get on here. We're not going to be here too long, but y'all make sure y'all get y'all questions together because I want the history lesson. I want it. I want to know exactly how did we arrive here at Southern Soul. And I know Mr. Clayton was back then. He's back then, and he can give us a history lesson as to this genre or non-genre music. Some say it's a genre, some say it's not a genre. So hopefully he can get it right. He telling me he trying to get on. But if y'all have any questions, if you ever have any questions for me, Y'all can just send me a, jump in my inbox. Send me a question, or just put your question on here. I'll answer your question. Uh, no malice intended. I'll answer your question. Because that's what it's about. It's about everyone collectively pushing this genre of music, not no individuals. Because individuals can't do nothing by themselves. You have to have a team. And so when you see me out or I see you guys out, I like to meet people. I like to put names with faces. Uh, y'all see me and my wife. We try to go to a lot of events. We try to visit a lot of events when we invited and stuff. We come out and we talk to people. Hopefully you guys can come to Texas as well. If we put on the show down here, you guys come to Texas. Still waiting on them, y'all. What questions do y'all? Anybody got any questions on here? Oh yeah, Daryl Simmons, man. Hey, Daryl Simmons, hey, you the man. That's the man right there. That's the man right there. Mr. Daryl Simmons, supporter of everyone. He support everything. Who else is on here? Man, good morning. There go my boy Mac on here, that veteran, my veteran on here. Okay, Blow over here, Blow Jameson. He said Chicago in the house. That's where Willie Clayton from, Chicago. So hopefully we can get him on here, y'all. What's up, Mikey? Mike on here, my sister Chantel on here, Christy on here. Everybody waiting for this history lesson. Of course, Angela Young is on here. Anitra is on here. Yeah, Melanie from My Soul is on here. Who else? No. We're still waiting on Mr. Clayton to jump on, y'all. Hopefully he can work it out on his end, what's going on. But as for me, I come on Wednesdays for a reason. I've been coming on Wednesday for the last 3 years. I'm noticing it's getting a little crowded on Wednesdays now, So how about y'all think I should move my podcast to another day? Or y'all think I should come on twice a week? Y'all tell me. Because it's getting a little crowded. It seems like everybody and their mama want to come on Wednesday now. Everybody and their mama, the field is crowded now on Wednesday. Wednesday used to be just off the record. Now it's everybody on Wednesday now. I guess they know that the crowd is out on Wednesday looking for some entertainment. So everybody's out. I did say Anitra. It's Anitra, right? Anitra. Yeah, it is Anitra. Anitra Owens. I pronounced it correct. Oh, she said, I said, yeah, okay. Yeah. So y'all hold on. Let me see where he at. Cause I'm ready. Let me call him right quick and see what's the deal. Don't y'all go nowhere. Mr. Clayton. Okay, all right, bye. He said he about to come on, y'all. Yeah, he said he about to come on. He told me hang up the phone. If y'all ain't never met Mr. Willie Clayton, he is something else. Real good guy. Real cool guy. But y'all get y'all questions ready. Y'all getting ready. So, what's up, Mahogany Black? I saw your picture, girl. I saw your picture. Hold on, y'all. Let me play some music right quick. Hold on. Let me play some music right quick. Y'all check this out. I'm gonna play a video right quick.
Silly boy ain't never left home. Steady popping that gangster talk, when I wanna come lay in that nest. Better hold my yak for a tick, let me get something off my chest. Bet your mama like it. Talking about the shine on my shoes. Bet your mama like it. Why you talking about the way I move now? Bet your mama like it. Shirt open with the taco meat. Bet your mama like it. We getting down in between the sheets. Silly kid got something to say about about a man wearing pants that fit, not hanging all under my ass, walking around looking like a little jit. On swag when I come through, ain't none of this here for you. This here for your mama, girl, so let me tell you just what she gon' do. Bet your mama like it. Talking about the shine on my shoes. Bet your mama like it, yeah. Why you talking about the way I move now? Bet your mama like it. Shirt open with the taco meat. Bet your mama like it. Alright, we getting down in between the sheets. See, now, you talking that crazy talk, but I bet your mama ain't talking like that. No, so don't get all mad and upset about it. I mean, you know, we on some grown man stuff over here, baby. You either get right or get left. Come on. I bet your mama like it. Talking about the shine on my shoes. Bet your mama like it. Why you talking about the way I move now? Bet your mama like it. Shirt open with the taco meat. Bet your mama like it. We getting down in between the sheets. Oh yeah. Bet your mama like it. Yes, you do. Yes, you talking about the shine on my shoes. Come on. Bet your mama like it. Don't laugh. Why you talking about the way I move now? Bet your mama like it. Oh yeah. Shirt open with the taco meat. Bet your mama like it. We getting down in between the sheets. Hey. Come on. Woo. Come on. Hey, come on. She like it. I know she like it. I bet your mama like it. Hey, bet your mama like it.
Hey, what y'all think about that song right there? Y'all give me a thumbs up if y'all like that song. You almost there, Mr. Clayton. You gotta get your mic now. Hey, he on here now. You gotta get his mic squared away. Oh, there we go. Now I gotta see your face, man. I gotta see your face, Mr. Clayton. Uh-oh, there you go. Can you hear me? Okay. Hey, look, we're not gonna hold this interview up long, man. Look, I gotta bring him on here. This is the Godfather. They call him the Emperor. They call him the Godfather. They call him the King of Blues and Soul, Mr. Willie Clayton. We're gonna bring him on here.
What's happening? What's happening?
How you doing,
Man,
sir?
blessed by the best.
Hey, I want to say this to you. You know how many phone calls I got? They said, hold on, man. They said, Mr. Willie Clayton do not do no interviews. So if he coming on off the record, man, he must watch your podcast. He must really think about something about your podcast. Man, that's an honor. That is an honor for you to come on here, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me, and I'm totally elated about being able to do this. You know, I always tell you about a young man by the name of Tucker James. You know, he's one of the reasons why Uncle Willie be doing quite a bit more stuff than I normally do. Normally, right, I don't do this. I've did a few Zoom, and I have did another young lady podcast, but they tell me until you do Kevin Young, you haven't did anything. You know what I mean?
There you go. I'm completely honored. And also congratulations on your award you won at the JMA.
Yes. You know, it's always wonderful to get anything, you know, because a lot of time, you know, the older artists seem to be forgotten about, but hey, it's all good. We still hanging, baby.
There you go. All right, Mr. Clay, we're gonna go get started, man. Tell your audience a little bit about yourself and where you from.
My name is Willie Clayton. I've been doing this thing, man, for over 50 some years. I'm from the Delta, where the mud gets stuck in your shoes. You feel me? That's Indianola, Mississippi, where I was born. Went on into Memphis, and I grew up in Chicago. Left Chicago. Now, you know, I'm back in the dirty South in Georgia. So everything is all good.
Wow.
Yeah.
50 years, man. I'm just 53 years old. So I was 3 years old when you started singing.
Not really. No, it's longer than just 50. You know,
okay.
I've been doing it. I've been doing it professionally. I made my first money, which was 50 cents, when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
In what they call in Mississippi a cafe. You don't know nothing about that.
Oh yeah, we had cafes in Arkansas.
Okay. Oh yeah. If you from if you from Arkansas, which I call Arkansas, you
Yeah.
know, yeah, you know all about it, man. Let me tell you something. I I was a kid singing in little clubs in Camden, Arkansas, back in the uh, back in the '60s.
Hmm.
Uh, I was stuck in El Dorado for quite a while when I was a kid, and you got like Magnolia,
Yeah.
Arkansas. I
Hmm.
played all those. I, I played all those places.
Hmm.
You know,
So,
back when you at night, if you was a black group traveling through Junction City and places like that,
uh-huh.
you better make sure that you went on the back road because
Wow.
if you was on the back road,
Problems,
them
huh?
boy with them sheets over their head was gonna give you trouble,
Mm.
trouble, trouble, trouble. Yeah, but
Wow.
listen, I wouldn't trade my road for nothing in the world because there's nothing like hard knocks.
Mm.
Because if you can survive the hard knocks, all this stuff right here is just a piece of cake. You feel me?
Wow. Oh yeah.
So I was blessed to be able to survive that and coming up, in the ranks of the Bobby Bland, the
Hmm.
BB Kings, the Albert King, the Ovi Wright, who I think was one of the greatest to ever pick up a microphone. Um, and you had the likes of the Johnny Taylor, the Tyrone Davis,
Hmm.
Joe Simon, Seal Johnson,
Wow.
Ann Peebles, Denise LaSalle, and
Hmm.
ZZ Hill. And then I met a young man in Chicago. He was much, much older. And they had me to audition. And when I auditioned, Chicago was home then. I wouldn't even think about going back south ever, 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 ever,
Mm.
ever again.
Yeah.
Because you know, I I had the pleasure in 1971 to be the opening act at the hottest club in the city of Chicago, which was back then called the Burning Spear at
Mm.
5525 South State Street. You had back then they would bring like Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes. That's when the original Teddy Pendergrass were with them.
Hmm.
They would be there for 7 days straight.
Wow.
Uh, then the stylists would come. Then the
Hmm.
Delphonics would come.
Hmm.
Then the Dales would be there, which the Dales, most of them, was from different parts of the country, but they live in Chicago.
Hmm.
And you had the original OJs, they would come there. And then in 1972, I had the pleasure to open up at this big theater, seat about 11,000 people,
Hmm.
with the great, great Al Green.
Wow. I'm gonna ask you about that.
Yeah. And then I had the pleasure to work with Jackie Wilson, who was just phenomenal.
Hmm.
And and then later, I would open up shows for the original Temptation. Um, David Ruffin and myself became all the way cool. That's how
Wow.
I learned how to sing that high falsetto. David showed me
Hmm.
how to do that. But Aretha Franklin, Barry White,
Wow.
and the original Jackson 5 was only 30 some miles from Chicago. So before they even really hit, I knew them.
Wow. So did you get your start in church like everybody else?
Yeah, well, when I left Mississippi, at least when I was in Mississippi, there was a
Hmm.
group by the name of Arthur Strong and the Pearl Gospel Singers.
Okay.
And I sung with them and played little drums with them. So and I later, like I said, end up in Memphis. But yeah, but I knew all the doggone gospel artists too.
Hmm.
The original Mighty Clouds, people like that. So I mean, I've been around a while.
Oh yeah. So let me ask you the question, Mr. Clayton. So when you went from gospel, did you go to R&B or blues, or was there in between?
Well, it was more so just straight R&B because keep in mind I was a kid, you
Okay.
know. But at 16 years old, I was being produced by Willie Mitchell, the late great Willie Mitchell, who produced all the hits on Al Green.
Okay.
You see what I'm
Wow.
saying? So that was, believe it or not, Kevin, that
Mm-hmm.
was no certain category. It's either you could sing or you couldn't.
Uh-huh. Could everybody
You
sing?
know, everybody, everybody. You know, but I mean, if you couldn't,
Yeah.
you wouldn't. The only way you were allowed to come in the club, you had to pay a dough. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, back then, we had gong shows and all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
once again, I mean, I thank God that I've been around long enough, and He allowed me to witness all genres of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every style of music has its own identity.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm enjoying this, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying this Southern soul thing, which is nothing but a take of the blues. That's all it is. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's just younger people doing it, and that's wonderful
Yeah.
because somebody need to be able to try to carry
The
our
tour.
heritage on.
Gotcha.
You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Now you made a
So,
Billboard, did you? Then you write 2 songs that made the R&B Billboard?
three,
3.
three, yeah,
Wow.
and
How was that experience?
oh, that was great. I mean, that's something that's etched in stone. That all anybody got to do is pull it up, and guess where that's at? That's not on the
Mm-hmm.
blues chart.
Yeah.
That's not on the hip hop chart. It's on the R&B chart.
Mm-hmm.
And but also probably was 2000, probably in 2002, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
We got a plaque for on the Billboard Soul and Blues chart,
Okay.
a top 5 record,
Oh
a
wow.
top 5 album for
Mm-hmm.
sales.
Uh-huh.
And it's like I tell anybody, hey, I'm willing to try anything one time,
Mm-hmm.
except alcohol or drugs. I'm not gonna
Gotcha.
try to. But
So 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 correct
but the
me.
music,
Yeah, go ahead.
but the music, I'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know,
correct me if I'm wrong right now to date. So you have written what, 25 albums? Is that correct?
N- no, that
What?
wouldn't be correct. I have
Okay.
recorded. I have recorded a total
Uh-huh.
of 62 albums and CDs
Wow.
total. We're not talking about. We're not counting the singles.
Okay.
You know
Wow.
what you will see pop up online a lot of times is it might show 30, it might show 36.
Uh-huh.
You know, but you got to remember at one point, Kevin, like in 1993. Let's see, 93, no, 92. I recorded 2 different albums, pretty much with the same title,
Okay.
which was called uh, 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 "Feel Like Love."
Mm-hmm.
And then in '93, I recorded an album called "Let's Get Together" that had 3 people sleeping in my bed. Well,
Okay.
that album would go on to be one of the top albums in the country, from the soul and blues and hit the R&B side. But
Wow.
in '94, then I got to the point to where I was releasing sometime. I was trying to do the James Brown thing. I was dropping 2 albums a year,
Okay.
not 2 singles, 2 full albums
2 full
a
albums.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did that for quite a while, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Wow.
So,
So
but
so
I
you
don't.
you've written a lot of singles too. Could you name some of the notable artists you've written singles for? 'Cause I know you've written a lot of singles.
Um, what Johnny Taylor did, "Happy," that
Uh-huh.
was in 1980, 1985,
Mhm.
1986,
Okay.
and it came out in '87. Uh, and then in 1991, 1991, 1992, 1990 to 1991, I had 2 songs actually I wrote on Tyrone Davis. One
Hmm.
was called a woman, a woman a woman need to be loved.
Okay.
I have to, really sing these songs to
Yeah, yeah.
remember them songs.
Yeah, because you got so many of them.
And it was a top 5 record on him. As a matter of fact, it surprised everybody in Chicago, which I was still in Chicago, because the #1 radio station was playing that record.
Oh, okay.
And Tyrone and his producers, they was pulling for a different song,
Hmm.
and they wound up playing the record I wrote.
Wow.
So I've written quite a bit of stuff for Tyrone Davis, and then you got artists like that I've had the pleasure to produce and have on the label. Um, have been several acts,
Yeah.
but the biggest artist that I had under my wings and on my label was a brother by the name of Metron.
Hmm.
Most of us call him Methrone, but
Okay.
but the H was silent.
Okay.
And we released a song on him titled "Loving Each Other for Life." Well, "Loving Each Other for Life," we was blessed to make history. Me and my team. It was the first time any independent label to ever put an R&B record out on an R&B artist that nobody never heard of,
Hmm.
and the record goes #1.
Wow.
Wow. And Capitol Records wound up picking up the album, but it still was my record under my label. They was just my distributor.
Oh, okay.
So, but in Chicago, we knocked the Thong song out of the #1 position on the #1 hip hop station. Back when he had, when Cisco had that Thong song.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then later on, I don't like to talk about it, but he talks about it. Which Calvin Richardson, which is who I really, hold very dear to my heart. He in 2017, God blessed me to write a song for him, and
that's a bad man.
You know what I mean? Treat her right,
Yeah.
And went on to do an album, and he got picked up. So, and the rest been history for him,
Okay.
So and now
let me ask
go
you
ahead.
this question right here. Let me ask you this question. Do you consider your talents equally yoked as an artist and as a writer, or you like do one better than the other?
You know what? I really couldn't say, Kevin, because I'm just, as I always say, I'm a music man.
Okay.
And being a music man, it's probably not a day go past that I don't write 2 or 3 songs.
Wow.
I'm not a writer that sit down to write. I don't sit down to try to create music. It just happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's, which we both know definitely, that anything great about me, because it's all about I am. And that's Christ. So he blessed me to be able, like I said, to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And at this age, if you can stay relevant, you're doing all right.
You're winning.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You're doing all right, because I look at the entertainment world just like I do in sports. Sports is a young man's game. Entertainment is a young man's game, but the young man still need the veterans, if they're willing to listen,
to
show them the way.
So let me ask you a question. Since you were back then with the late greats, because I never met Tyrone Davis, I never met a lot of them guys back there. So what were the attitudes and relationships among the artists back then? Was there respect? Was there mutual respect amongst each other back then?
Oh, it was true, real respect back then. In other words, back then, what they would always call it was cutting heads. What you saw, if you saw the Ray Charles movie, that's as real as real. That's as real as real can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they talk about cutting heads, that's exactly what it was. Whether it was whether it was soul music, whether it was R&B music, whether it was blues music, whether it was jazz, it did not make a difference. It was called cutting heads. Can't walk by you and tell you, I'm cutting your head tonight. So it was okay, come on with it. You know what I mean? But they would talk stuff, even in my early, days of when I first come back to the South. That was my thing. You know what I mean? But I don't do that anymore because time have totally changed, in the acts that I was doing that with and against, they gone on to glory.
Yeah, it was friendly competition. That was friendly
Oh,
competition.
very, very friendly. Man, I seen the time that we was out on tour. Watch this. Bobby Bland, the king of the blues, B.B. King, Albert King, O.V. Wright, which female was popping then? But even back when Dorothy Moore had Misty Blue. But Denise LaSalle was really popping real strong back then too. And so was Ann Peebles. And what happened was, we was at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. And B.B. King was getting ready to go on stage. And him and Albert King, his brothers, half brothers. So Albert King, and watch this, everybody back then, all the artists, they was going to dress to kill, and everybody had a bus. Everybody had a bus, a double-decker or whatever, but everybody had a bus. And what Albert King did, Albert King pulled inside of the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, and he snorted that big double-decker. BB trying to perform, but and our next day we was in Jackson, Mississippi, and BB told Albert, he said, Albert, I'm gonna get you, don't you? I'm gonna get you, But everything, even all the way back to Teddy Pendergrass. When Teddy came out, when he left the Blue Notes, when he left Half Metal Blue Notes, there was a concert. Johnny Taylor and Tyrone Davis, both of them, they was bigger. They was hotter. Teddy had that, I don't love you anymore. And then Teddy had that, whole town laughing at me. Silly fool, how'd you lose such a good thing? So Johnny and Tyrone, they was the headliner. Teddy was just this new thing coming along. So Teddy Pendergrass hit that stage, buddy, and he lit it up. And when he lit it up, Johnny Taylor walked by Tyrone's dressing room and said, hey, Pete, what you gonna do? I think that boy didn't kick both out. You know what I'm saying? Tyrone told Johnny, hey man, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Johnny said, I don't know about you, but see, I can sing. So Tyrone said, so Johnny Taylor, what you trying to say? I just said what I said. And he went on to his dressing room. But Teddy tore the lining out of both of them but that night. Oh my God.
And wasn't nobody mad, was it?
No, everybody laughed. But see me back in the day, way before Teddy came out of the group, the Shy Lights and everybody, I was just opening act. So I didn't have to worry about the headliner or the co-headliner. I get on, I do my thing. I'm this kid.
And you get out the way, huh?
And I'm out the way. But see, I'm singing all these phenomenal hits like Show and Tell, just a game I play. I would get I would sing all the hot songs. So with me being this kid singing these grown men songs, oh man, I was getting all the tips. I was making more money from tips than what the promoter was paying me. Hell, I
You
wouldn't give
getting
him
all
the
the Cougars
$30.
too. You getting the Cougars too, wasn't
No.
you?
No. The Cougars like me. The Cougars like me. But understand, my manager,
Yeah.
who ran the club that everybody played in, that was a no-no.
Yeah.
Nobody touched the kid. You know, dressing rooms downstairs. But listen, hey man, listen. Once again, like I said, I'm still enjoying it, having fun. Everything is all good.
So, Mr. Clayton, how did they feel about track shows versus band shows back then? And were there cliques? Y'all have cliques and stuff back then too?
Well, first of all, there was no such thing as no track show.
Okay.
That wouldn't even, put it this way. If you didn't have a band,
you can forget it.
It wasn't gonna happen. You know, if Johnny Taylor came to Chicago to do a 7-day performance, those big places back then, those big nightclubs that seat 800 to 1,000 people, turning the plays twice that night, selling out. They had a house band, which is a house orchestra, 12 pieces. You only need to bring with you your music director. That's all you needed. But nobody was gonna get on stage sing without a band. That wasn't happening. And then you got to think about it. Tyrone Davis, back in the 70s, you know, when he had all them big hits like "Baby, Can I Change My Mind," Tyrone had a 4 to 5-piece horn section. He had 2 drummers because he wanted to be like James Brown. So Tyrone had at least 15 people on stage. 3 backup singers. Johnny Taylor had the same thing. Bobby Bland had about 16 pieces. He always had 6 horns. B.B. King had a big unit. Joe Simon had a unit out of Miami, Florida, with the Sunshine Catch that was just ridiculous bad. So everybody had big bands. Even me. This kid, my manager had put a band together for me called the what was the name of that band? It wasn't the Soul Blenders. The Unlimited. Out of Chicago. Hell, I had 4 horns. So everybody had big bands. Al Green had about 16 people on stage. So everybody had big band. Everybody.
So let me ask you a question. Can you compare the music back then versus the music now? How it's laid out?
Not really. I mean, you know, it's totally different. Think about this. Think about this. When Marvin Cease came out with Candy Liquor, that was the first time any of us ever heard of somebody trying to do a track show. He had a cassette tape with his music on it. He showed up, him and a road manager. That's it. That was the first time I'd ever seen that before. And it worked for him for a while until somebody said, "Hey, I want my money back. I want to see a band."
Yeah.
He got a band. But but the music today is just like when we had nothing but LPs, which is vinyl.
Yeah.
And you had your 8-track tape player in the car.
Yep.
And at home, you had a turntable at home. That's how you heard the music. And you bought this big old album. So then later, here come the cassette tape. So after the cassette tape, what you end up with was, here come the CD. Once they came to the CDs, this is only my opinion.
Yeah.
That's basically what killed the record business.
Yeah. The CDs?
Because, I'll show you why.
Uh-huh.
Anyone that can afford a computer with a burner, he killed you.
Yeah, but they had to pay for your music.
They bootlegging.
Yeah.
You know, here it is. You might have put 40 to 50,000 in recording a whole album. And here comes some joker just out of nowhere making copies of your music, selling it for $5.
Mm. Wow.
He just hurt you,
Yeah.
you know. So and now uh, CDs is really obsolete altogether
Mm-hmm.
on our side,
Yeah.
on the black side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But did y'all make more money back then selling straight albums out of the trunk of your car, or y'all made more money back then, didn't you?
You made quite a bit of money if it belonged to you.
Yeah, okay.
But if you were signed to a company,
Yeah.
they made the money.
Oh, okay.
You made the peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
Your own product that you sung, that you was blessed to create the music to. The record company sold you your own CD.
Mm-hmm.
You got me?
Yeah.
They didn't give you some CDs.
Uh-huh.
They sold them to you, the artist, for more than what the record store gonna sell it.
Wow.
So I mean, you know, it's and like I always tell people, and I heard it when I was much younger, and now I truly believe it. This is a penny business. Watch this when I say it's a penny business.
Yeah.
No matter how much they download my music digitally to buy it, no matter how many times somebody listen on Pandora, no matter how many times they listen on Spotify, no matter how many times they might listen to it on Amazon or Apple Music, it's still 3 pennies.
It was less than a penny, 0.002% of a penny.
You got it. It's a penny business.
Yeah.
It's a penny business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can move enough,
Yeah.
if you can move enough screens, hell, you still get money.
Yeah.
But on the countryside, they still buying hard copies.
Yeah. Wow.
On the countryside.
So back then, how many labels were you signed to? I know it says multiple. You remember how many?
When I was a kid, the first label was High Records, which I was on the High subsidiary label, which was owned by London Records. High Records was the label that Al Green was on.
Mm-hmm.
They had me, they had Seal Johnson, they had Otis Clay, they had Ann Peebles, they had O.V. Wright.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the name of that group? I think they had a group by the name of the Temprees.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then later, but keep in mind, I was a kid. So the manager, did that signing, but I got out of that. In 79, I prayed. I don't know why people keep wanting to call me. I sent it out to them that I was going to be busy.
They called me too.
yeah. So I looked at it. I said, man, there got to be a better way. Got to be a better way. So I said, Lord, bless me to save me some money
mm-hmm.
and record myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I started just saving my money and putting it in a shoebox. And I knew from day one, these producers, they're going to beat me. But what they didn't know was I was willing to be beat to learn the business.
Mm-hmm. So you can teach yourself.
But I wasn't controlled by nobody else's company.
Uh-huh.
So I learned the business. Then I created me a corporation and put it on paper, the business.
Mm-hmm.
And I rented some time at a studio and I recorded myself. And back then, man, for one song, because back then, we weren't using no sequencing.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't using no computer to put music down. You either could play or you couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So you had live musician, the same track that you could cut today. Now it won't be as authentic that you could record today for, let's say, at the most $1,000, $1,000 to $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, that same track, just to get your horns arrangement in your strings arrangement, that cost you $3,500.
Wow.
You know, back when, good example, it was easy for an artist budget to go over $150,000 to $200,000 to record one album.
Mm. Wow.
And where it is today, it's easy to do the background parts down just one time.
Yeah.
And with that computer, you can copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know.
Are you
But
a fan of
unfortunately
that?
me, but now unfortunately myself,
Yeah.
I still do it the old way.
You do?
Man, I'm old school to the bone, man. I got a CD player in my truck.
I still got a cassette player in my 92 pickup truck out there.
And I'm not gonna have it no other way.
Yeah. But you know, one of your songs I got on the radio station I like, man, is Don't Want to Be Alone.
Don't wanna be alone tonight.
I'm gonna play it right now. We're gonna take a 3-minute break. I'm gonna play your song.
Okay, baby.
Right.
All right.
Baby. Oh, baby. Don't wanna be alone tonight. I need your love to hold me tight. Girl, this house is so lonely without you. If you don't hurry back, baby, girl, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Girl, your love I need, and it's your love I want. What I'm trying to say, baby, I don't wanna be alone tonight. Come on, I need some arms to hold me tight. Some arms to hold me tight. Oh, it gets so lonely past midnight. So lonely, girl, I need your arms to hold me tight. Oh, yes I do, baby. You were here, everything was so right. Oh, it felt so right, babe. Girl, your love means everything to me, everything. Don't you know? Don't you know? I need you, babe. I need your love. I don't wanna be alone tonight. And no other night, 'cause I need your love, baby. I need you to hold me tight. I don't wanna be alone tonight. Don't wanna be alone. I need someone to hold me tight. Let it be you, oh, baby. I wish it was you. Oh, it gets so lonely past midnight. So lonely. Need your arm to hold me tight. This one.
Hey, that's my jam right there, Mr. Clayton.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah, man.
I got that locked and cocked on the radio station right there. So look, you watched the program right when I said let's get hot. I'm finna ask you some questions now. You ready?
Come on with it.
Okay, now Chicago blues, soul blues. This how you label yourself as an artist, correct?
Yeah, soul and blues. Yeah.
Okay, so I've also heard you said you don't want nobody calling you no Southern soul artist. Is that correct?
You're 100% correct.
Why is that?
Because that's not who I am. You know, and believe it or not, sometimes I don't even really, I'm not crazy about just the soul and blues either.
Okay.
I'm a singer.
You're a singer.
If it's R&B, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's pop, I can do it, and I got that kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
Country, I got that. Gospel, I got that. Contemporary gospel, Christian music, I got all of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
I
you a
got soul
soul
and
singer.
blues,
You got soul.
and I can do Southern soul, but unfortunately, um, like I said, I just think that that's the new thing for the younger artists that's coming up. You know what I mean? I come from a different era,
Uh-huh.
and unfortunately, I'm grateful that some of the younger guys think of me as the OG.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of and who I really enjoy working with, and I'm not just saying this because you know him and I
Yeah.
know him,
Uh-huh.
but he's very loyal.
Yeah.
Tucker James. And
Mm-hmm.
by the way, little brother, I'm sure he probably will eventually catch your show or hear about your show.
Uh-huh.
Or he done messed around and got him another year up on him. Happy birthday, nephew. But yeah, man, I enjoyed, talking to him. I enjoyed talking to definitely talking to Calvin too.
Yeah.
And J1 hollers, quite a bit. So I mean all of them, you know what I mean? And no ifs and buts about it.
Yeah.
You gotta know how I feel about TK Soul, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
TK Soul came out of our camp, and I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for everybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for everybody. And uh, if I see where I can get me a little piece
Yeah.
from each one of them,
Yeah.
they might as well get ready because I'm gonna snatch it and use it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Because
So,
whatever you got to do to stay relevant, as long as you want to stay in this game,
that's
you
right.
do whatever you got to do. You got to think about like, I'm looking for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. So I reached out to Tuck. I said, Tuck, man, I want to send you something. I want you to check it out. Tell me what you think about it. It's Uncle Will. Uncle Will, I like this. I said, man, I really wish you would get on it. Man, the next day he had to send it back to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me and Calvin and did, songs together. Even me and old Mark Cunningham back when he was on my label. We did a song together, So and I mean, what's happening is the older artists can't be afraid to do something or reach out to the younger guys. And the younger guys don't need to be afraid to reach back and say, hey, listen, man, man, you guys, we took the whoopings.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The road is easy for them because of the landscape that the older artists have laid.
That's a fact. So let me ask you a question. So when did you first hear the term Southern Soul? Was it around Sir Charles Jones when the Southern Soul term came? Because Sir Charles came on the scene too back then, right? A while.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I'm talking about not when you did, but like later on.
No.
Okay.
No.
Give me the history lesson.
The first person that really, in my opinion, only my opinion, and there are others, they going on to glory.
Yeah.
I believe that would have said the same thing.
Okay.
Mel Waiters was doing it before Sir Charles even tried to go solo.
Okay.
Sir Charles was still just a backup singer.
Okay.
And who really introduced this thing was Carl Sims.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trapped.
Oh,
trapped.
Yeah.
I'm caught up.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Oh, yeah. That's a bad song.
Of a two-way love affair. I'm trapped.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? Kind of like that. I might do that song. You know what I mean? And what happened was Charles came along and he was a young brother.
Yeah.
that others hadn't heard a young person deliver.
Yeah.
But Charles had the pleasure of being around some bad boys and was out there with Marvin Cease to see how this thing was going. And once he did it, it was just a young flavor.
Yeah.
So you got to remember, a lot of these kids, hell, Sir Charles might have been made off of a Tyrone Davis song In the Mood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
J1 might have been made off of.
Yeah, I'm older than him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
J1 might have been made off of some Willie Clayton or some Johnny Taylor. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know.
Yeah.
So and then later on came Tucker.
Yeah.
And the first time I heard some music on him, I was like, wow, it sounded like something I heard, but he had his own swag. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And before we all knew it, he was here.
Yeah.
And he wasn't here just passing through. He was here to stay.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like now you got King George. There's always going to be somebody new. There's always going to be somebody new. Just like the old saying is also true. There's nothing new under the sun that hasn't already been done. It's
That's
just
true.
a new twist to it.
That's true.
Or a younger person doing it. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go back to hip hop. When hip hop first came out, everybody said, it ain't gonna last. But go back to when it came out with Ron DMC and the Sugar Hill Game is the first one that really made it relevant. To the hip hop, hippie to hop. You know what I'm saying? So, and look at where hip hop is at today.
Oh yeah.
It's at the front.
Yeah.
It was so far at the back. Matter of fact, it wasn't even at the back of the line.
Yeah.
It was in the basement.
That's right.
You know, and so hopefully, you know, Southern Soul will get its place and be to the point to where, because we can't say it's not relevant. It's very relevant.
Yeah, it's relevant. Yeah.
You know, because guys are making a great living.
Yeah.
And once again, like I said, hey, to me, it's just a new day form of the blues. That's
now,
all.
Mr. Clayton, now you're a vocalist, because you're a vocalist. You consider yourself a vocalist, right?
Yes, sir.
So does it matter? Does it matter if people can sing or not to you as a vocalist?
Well, put it this way. The best way that I can explain that, and this is only my opinion, is we all have different styles and different forms of the way that we sing. Because once again, let's go back to technology.
Yeah.
Technology can take some of the artists, even on the pop side, on the hip hop side. Before, rapper was doing nothing but rapping, but then when they came with this auto tune, hell, the doggone rapper sound like he's singing. So I mean, it all depends. And watch this. And you better not raise no HELL with that hip hop doggone fan base. You will get your feelings hurt. So I learned to be careful what I decide to say. You know, the older you get, you just do stuff a little bit different. Like I said, for whatever time God got for me left, all I want is some peace, brother.
Yeah.
All I want is some peace. And watch this. I mess around and say something in a derogatory way, a negative, any kind of way about an artist. And that artist, 3 months from now, management team come to me and say, Mr. Clayton, man, my artist always looked up to you and blah, 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 blah. Is it possible that you write a song for him? Is it possible that you produce him? Now, guess what? Now you got to sit with this same person. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't got nothing negative to say about nobody. Nothing.
But would you agree that there's no substitute for talent?
Will I agree that
Yeah.
there's no substitute?
For talent. Either you have talent or you don't. You can't substitute it with nothing else. As far as singing.
Put it this way.
Uh
That definitely is no substitute, but watch this.
huh.
If your fan base, once again,
Yeah.
might not be able to sing like Beyonce
Mm-hmm.
or like Chris Brown, but that same artist just did 10 million YouTube views, did another 15 million on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
or did another 10 million on Facebook. So right there tell you, and they don't do it one time. They do it
Yeah,
one,
somebody's
2,
listening.
3, 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody like what they're doing. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like I was saying, I'm not gonna say what I was saying it to, but
Yeah.
just today I said, you know what? I'm grateful to you. And they were like, why? I said, I'm grateful to you because I heard you say something and I paid attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to study what you was doing. So therefore, because normally when I would do an album, I'm just telling you straight up, because I will say this, being a crooner, all I want to do is just sing my slow stuff. You see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
give you a medium tempo here and there, but the time has changed
Yeah.
from 1993, 1996, 97, 98, 99
Yeah.
to 2000. Time has changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They want to twerk now.
Twerk, man, what you talking about? They want to drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Mr.
Throw
Clay,
that
do
in the
you be
circle.
twerking?
Throw that
Do
in
you
the
be,
circle. You know what I
you be
mean?
twerking?
So,
You be twerking out there?
oh hell no. Oh hell no. You know, I see the younger fans. They be twerking, and don't let me do. You know, the doggone. Listen, my band Five. Be-doo, they automatically know what that is. And boy, when that 808 drop, boom,
Uh-huh.
boom, boom.
Uh-huh.
You see them twerking. The minute I say, oh la 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 la, make your body go, and they have it, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? I'll be like,
Yeah.
whoa. I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm at this age. But buddy, y'all folk can drop it low,
Oh yeah.
pop
The
it,
good leads challenge.
swing it, and keep on trucking.
Mm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Wow.
I mean, so now what I'm doing, back to my point,
Uh-huh.
is if there's 13 songs on the album, 11 of them are gonna be straight up tempo.
Okay.
You know, so I heard a long time ago, you can't beat them, join them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep up with the times. Yeah.
Or whoever's winning,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you gotta do.
Watch them. Yeah, if they win and watch them.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. So that's why I say that there's no such thing as, oh man, I've heard it so many times, man. People holler about Willie Clayton is arrogant. Willie Clayton is Willie Clayton. But man, and nobody can beat him singing. That ain't the point no more.
Yep. You're right.
They don't give a poop about how well Willie Clayton sings.
Yeah.
Unless you with those that's saying, hey, let's have a sing-off. But other than that, and you got some scholars that's grading us.
Yeah.
But other than that, you better get in where you fit in.
Yeah. Are you a cantankerous person? Are you difficult, Mr. Clayton?
I wouldn't say I'm difficult.
Uh-huh.
I would say once upon a time I couldn't tolerate.
Yeah. Nonsense.
I couldn't tolerate no nonsense.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the patience for those that couldn't play my music right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That I was not going. Hell, I won't tolerate that today. You feel?
Uh-huh.
So I mean, I'm paying you, and I'm paying you, and I'm paying
Yeah.
you good money.
Yeah.
Play what's on the record. I
Hmm.
don't care about how great you are
Yeah.
because your greatness had nothing to do with making this record a hit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just play what's on the record.
Yeah. So.
And I'm sure you saw the James Brown movie, Get On Up. You
Oh
heard
yeah.
what he told him, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's not the bass line.
That's right.
You got to play what's on the record, you know.
Yeah. Uh.
But uh, but yeah, I mean, you know, but being a cantankerous person,
Yeah.
nah, I'm
Yeah.
and furthermore, right now I don't really deal with, you know,
Yeah.
that part of it anymore. You know,
Hmm.
I show up for rehearsal. My guys, they do what they supposed to do.
Hmm.
I come in, I rehearse, and I'm
Yeah.
gone.
Hmm.
You
So
know,
let me ask you about the Blues RI tour. Were you original? Were you one of the original ones for the Blues RI tour, or is that just a rumor?
um, you heard that rumor, right?
Yeah.
Some rumors are so true.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
um, but once again, you know, hey, people have the right to move on to do what they want to do. You know,
Yeah.
but by the same token, you know, I
Hmm.
still do dates. You know, um, for the for Heritage Entertainment. You know, and once
Yeah.
again, um, I'm just grateful that once again that God have put me in a position
Hmm.
that um, if I don't do certain shows, I can still eat what I
Yeah.
like to eat.
Hmm.
I can still pay my bills.
Yeah.
Once
That's a
again,
blessing.
I came along
Yeah.
and had a manager that said point blank, "You're not going to end up like some of the other older artists."
Yeah.
And my manager, he passed in 1996,
Hmm.
and I can still hear him in the back of my head. And I had an Italian godfather who was determined for me to invest.
Hmm.
So, as Johnny Taylor used to say, he used to say, "Pee Wee, save your money,
Yeah.
pay your taxes,
Hmm.
save your money.
Hmm.
Because if you get broke, now you're a desperate man.
Yeah.
You got to take whatever they give you.
Hmm.
They're going to treat you like you know what.
Yeah.
But when you can stand and you don't have to let no one treat you like you less than the scum of the earth,
Hmm.
they don't have to like you,
Yeah.
but they ain't going to have no other doggone choice but to respect you.
There you go. Mm.
And that go for anybody, any
Hmm.
race,
Yeah.
whatever you do. Remember this, you can be riding high today, but that phone will stop ringing.
Yeah.
When that phone stop ringing, what you gonna do?
Yeah. Mm.
Can you
You're gonna go back to the
maintain?
drawing board.
You know what I'm saying? Can you
Yeah.
maintain?
Yeah.
Can you have some peace still? Can you not be out here stressing out? Don't know how you gonna make it from one day to the next.
Hmm. Wow.
That's a bad place to be. And if you
Mm.
ever been broke,
Yeah.
that's one place you don't ever want to go back to.
Hmm. So Miss, let me ask you this question right here. I'm gonna get you off here, but do you have any favorites right now that you listen to? And who would you pass the torch to? Is there anybody you would pass the torch to, or
The
just
honest
carry on?
truth,
Yeah.
the, the honest truth is when I'm riding, the truth of the matter is I don't listen to regular radio.
Uh-huh.
So I can't say I listen to soul and blues. I can't say I listen to just hip. I listen to XM,
Hmm.
what I listen to.
Oh, okay.
And the reason of that is to hear where the music is going.
Yeah.
But then when I hear something or hear about something on someone that have come out, I will go to YouTube and I would listen.
Mm-hmm.
I would listen. I would be like, oh, okay. So that's what they doing. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And see,
Okay.
is there something that I can get to mix in there? You know, which I was that way even when I was much, much, much younger, being
Mm-hmm.
on shows with all those bad boys. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm scratching my head. I'm like, Lord, am I ever going to be in a position to where I can live like this?
Yeah.
That people would pay this kind of money to come see me.
Yeah.
And but I watched the greats. I watched and I watched and I watched. I was like a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to soak everything in. That's why I can remember. And I thank God and I pray to God that I don't ever lose my mind.
Yeah.
I soak in everything. And that's why I say there is no good or no bad. It's music,
Mm-hmm.
regardless. It is music.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows that it's music
Yeah.
because believe it or not, look at the numbers it's doing.
Yeah. Mm.
It outdrawing some of the big R&B shows. So
Mm-hmm.
you just got to look at the numbers, you know. And once
Did
again,
uh-huh.
it's it is the demographic,
Yeah.
you know.
I
And don't
agree.
let one of these young rascals be handsome now. Don't let him be handsome,
Yeah.
and he can work that stage.
It's over with, huh?
It's over. It's over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Did y'all
It's
sell
over.
out?
So,
Did they sell out arenas back then?
oh
Did they have
hell yeah.
arenas? Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. I mean, you know, keep in mind, what Al Green was doing back then. What, but see, here's the catch back then
Mm-hmm.
when Johnny Taylor was hotter than fish grease, and Tyrone Davis, they were smart enough to put their heads together and put their money together, and whoever might not been in the financial shape that they was in, or they would all get together and say, hey, let's do our own thing.
Yeah.
They would take a promoter that's in that market because that promoter, he couldn't really pay all them,
Yeah.
but he knew how to go do the legwork. He
Exactly.
put up the big placards, which
Yeah.
was great big posters, and he go by the radio time, and who was great for doing that was James Brown.
Yeah.
He said, no, 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 no. Hey, I'm not gonna let the promoters make all the money off of me. I'm gonna be the promoter,
Yep. That's smart.
which meaning get the box office,
Yeah.
you know. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you know, that's the era I come from. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying when you hear when you up there, that's when you need to take a chance on you.
Yeah.
If you don't like what the promoter offering to pay, play yourself. And if you
Yep.
believe in yourself, play
Yep.
yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's what I tell them. Do your own show. That's what I tell them.
Play
Just do your own
yourself.
show. Yeah.
Play
So,
yourself.
so was Betty Wright the biggest female artist back then during your time?
From the soul R&B side,
Yeah.
not really. Betty Wright really. Clean Up Woman was a big record for her, huge record.
Uh-huh.
But what changed the game for her was when she did the live version of Tonight Is the Night,
Yep.
you know. But
Mm-hmm.
then now you got to think about it. Shirley Brown was hot
Yeah.
with that woman, the woman.
Yeah.
You had and people was hot.
Mm-hmm.
So you had several. Denise
Denise
LaSalle was
LaSalle.
hot.
Yep.
Trap.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just no one.
Yeah. Mm. And they were well respected females back then too.
Well respected. And Dorothy Moore, she came out of nowhere
Uh-huh.
with that Misty Blue.
Wow.
You know,
Was any female artist a headliner back then over Johnny Taylor, them guys, or no?
hell to the no. If you was Aretha Franklin or Gladys Knight, other than
Yeah,
that,
that was it.
first of all, Johnny Taylor wasn't going. even if Tyrone had the #1 record,
Uh-huh.
Johnny Taylor, you ain't going on
Uh-huh.
after him.
Uh-huh.
Man, Johnny Taylor would tell you quick,
uh
I'm bigger than you, P. I'm Johnny Taylor. I'm
uh
Johnny Taylor. He would always remind you, I'm
yeah.
Johnny Taylor.
Bobby Blue Bland was bad man too now.
He was a bad man, but it
Yeah.
wasn't coming on after Johnny Taylor.
You what?
Hell no.
What about BB King?
It wasn't like they did a lot of shows together.
Okay.
But even, wait a minute. But see, you got to remember, BB King was more of on the white side.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't want no part of Johnny Taylor.
Oh, he did.
Hey man, Johnny Taylor could get drunk and out sing folks, man.
That's you know who sing like Johnny Taylor to me? Fat Daddy. Fat Daddy, he kind of got that Johnny Taylor kind of taste a little bit, not exactly, but he kind of got that Johnny Taylor feel when I listen to him.
Fat Daddy's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know Johnny Taylor?
No. He ain't no Johnny Taylor.
But see,
yeah.
Fat Daddy, as a little boy, he had no other choice but to sing that style because he was right there with his dad.
With his daddy, yeah.
You know, and his daddy, was a buddy of Johnny Taylor's.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there. Right there in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. What about Kenny Wayne and OB? Was they back there with y'all? They was younger, right?
Oh yeah, they was younger.
Younger. Yeah.
Matter of fact, you got to keep in mind, I left Chicago in '92. I didn't even know. Well, first of all, if Kenny Wayne was singing, I didn't know nothing about it. O.B. Buchanan, I didn't hear nothing about him with that backup lover problem until the late '90s or something.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah. So they were a little younger. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They can sing. What about Jeff Floyd? Was Jeff Floyd coming up back then too? He's a little old in the game.
I didn't know nothing about Jeff Floyd until when he came out around 2004.
Oh yeah.
With that on a long high. Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Clayton, if you can pass the torch to anybody, who would you pass it to? Or it wouldn't be just one person. It'll be a couple torches you'll give out, huh?
Hey man, listen. I ain't giving out no torch. I'm gonna tell you something. They got their own torch and they doing it.
Yeah.
And they doing it, because if I was to say what I think, then I would be being biased.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then now you got now all the younger guys coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
Yeah.
Man, I thought Uncle Willie was okay. Nah, Uncle Willie ain't finna say nothing.
Yeah.
But happy for
bad boys,
all
though.
of them.
You know what I tell them all the time? When I fight with these people these people over here in Southern Soul can't sing. I tell them, I say, you know what? Name me who's on top in R&B right now, and I name you a Southern Soul singer that they can sing them under the ground. I said, because you can't name no top R&B artist right now.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
After R. Kelly, who is it?
Yeah, exactly. But I can name a whole bunch of them over here that can sing.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, hey, when you see a show that got a lineup and they got 6 acts, who can you really say who did the drawing? Everybody draws somebody.
Yep, that's a fact.
Everybody draws somebody because everybody have a base.
Yeah, that's
everybody have a base. So hey, man,
but
I take my hat off.
Charlie Wilson drawing 10,000 by himself though.
Yeah. Yeah. But understand this. Yeah. But understand this. It take a whole lot more.
Yeah.
For that situation.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But understand this. And you know who they are.
Yeah.
Some of these young brothers, I ain't gonna call their name. and they know I know them definitely
Yeah.
personally. They
Yeah.
living great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They living
Oh, I
great.
know. Oh
So I
yeah.
mean,
I've been around
it's
a couple of. Oh yeah.
at the end of
Yeah.
the day, as long as you can pay your bills,
Mm-hmm.
you can take care of your family, you know, get you a few toys, but just understand that, just remember,
Pay your taxes.
pay your taxes. And though you live,
Yeah.
though you keep watching the sun come up
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
go down, you better put something aside because that phone will, remember this, it
Yeah.
will stop ringing.
Yeah. And that's advice you got for him, Mr. Clayton? Just hey,
That
that's the
phone,
advice you got for him.
that phone will stop ringing.
Yeah.
It never fails.
Yeah.
It
Mm.
never fails.
So you could be hot one day and cold the next day, huh?
It could be hot as fish grease today,
Yeah.
and tomorrow cold as a big old block of ice. So, and
Did it
watch
tell
this.
parents?
Watch this.
Yeah.
If you start at the top,
Yeah.
where else can you go?
Yeah. To down. You ain't got to hit the
If you
bottom.
start at the top, ain't
Yeah.
nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you start from the bottom and you gradually build
Yeah.
and you keep on building and you
Mm-hmm.
keep on building and you
Yeah.
keep on building, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You can stand.
Yeah. So let me ask you one more question about prices. What were the prices back then versus now? What are they comparable? Could you get a Johnny
Compare
Taylor for $10,000 back then?
compared to back then to now, I'm
Uh-huh.
not gonna throw any numbers, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah,
this. Compared to back then,
yeah.
keep in mind,
Uh-huh.
it really equivalent to the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Regardless of what, you might hear about this artist getting or this artist asking for. Watch this. Watch this. A tank of gas, whether it was super unleaded, you could have filled your vehicle up at the most with $30.
Oh yeah.
The gas wasn't but 50 cents
Yep.
and
You're right.
65 cents. The highest gas got to was 99 cents.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Okay. Uh that same big house that might cost you $1 million, you was able to get that house back then for 250 or $275,000.
Yep.
Insurance wasn't as high. Clothes wasn't as high.
Mm-hmm.
So times are totally different.
Yeah.
And there's nothing going down to keep going up.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference. So I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like fighters back then, professional fighters. If you got $100,000 or let's say $250,000,
Mm-hmm.
that same $250,000 that a fighter who was the champion got back then,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same as a joker getting 15 or $20 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Because
it
you got
costs
to think
music.
about it.
Yeah.
If you was a black man and you had a $500,000, come on,
Mm-hmm.
man.
So my back then, you were rich.
Back then, come on, man. You
Yeah.
know. And then hey, time has changed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna change some more. Keep
Yeah.
living.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna change some more. You
Wow.
know. I don't know if you noticed the price of gas in the
Oh yeah.
last week,
Oh, I know.
last couple of days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But listen,
It's $4
hey
for
young
premium.
man, I thank
Yeah.
you for having me.
Uh-huh.
And I look forward to doing it again with your brother.
Oh yeah.
And hey,
Hold up. You can't get off here without letting people know what you got coming up. Your music album. I know
oh
you
yeah,
got
yeah,
something
yeah,
coming
yeah,
up.
yeah. I got some new stuff coming, man. I was talking to my showing up little buddy, and
Uh-huh.
and he was like, I know you said you were gonna be dropping something. So you finna drop some. There's a new there's a new single that's possibly gonna be available this Friday,
Okay.
August 4th. August Friday. That's
Mm-hmm.
a holiday for me. So the title of it is Shouty.
Shorty, okay.
And then either the next week on the 11th, I might give it 2 weeks. I'm gonna drop another one.
Okay.
So I mean, you know, I'm just sitting with all this music, and it's not doing me any good to hold it.
There you go.
You know, it's just like little kids. They done growed up, put them out the house.
That's right.
Let's see.
Make sure you send it to me.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely, you know. So hey, anybody out there that's listening, stay tuned to K Young. He got something good always coming. You don't know who he might have the next week. You
That's
never
right.
know. But
That's
to
right.
all of the Southern Soul artists, this is Uncle Willie. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you.
Mhm.
And those that's doing straight soul R&B, I'm proud of you. Do what you got to do. And anytime that you think that you might need some help from old Uncle Willie, whether it's a song or production, holla, we still right here, you know. And thank God.
I might need a song. I might need a song.
Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it.
I'm gonna sing too. I'm gonna sing too.
There you go. There you go. So hey man, keep doing what you're doing, baby. Everything is all good.
And we'll talk.
All right,
Mr. Clayton, I appreciate you coming off the record. I really appreciate you, man. It's an honor. I was like, "What, Mr. Clayton coming on here, man? I'm somebody now. I got Willie Clayton on my podcast."
Hey man, we're gonna do it again.
Okay.
We're going to do it again, you know. So hey, take care of yourself and be blessed. And those of you that's listening, remember, keep God first in your life. You'll be just fine.
Thank you, sir. And I'll be in contact with you.
Okay, peace.
Peace. Hey, there you have it. Hey, Mr. Willie Clayton, the man himself, came on here. Hey, so did y'all like that interview? I thought it was pretty cool. I think it was very informative, very educational, and he gave a history lesson. You know, because a lot of this stuff. I mean, I don't know anything about Johnny Taylor and Bobby Blue Bland other than what my mom used to play, and my grandmama used to play. I wish I could have met them guys back then. You know, hell, I probably wasn't even born. I probably, well, he said he met them. Hell, I was 3 years old when he started doing music. So I don't know what I'm gonna have next week. Hopefully, I want to get Sir Charles Jones on here. That's what I want to get. Sir Charles Jones, in my opinion, you know, he's the best Southern Soul artist. Sing him and Calvin Richardson. They're my two favorites right there. So them two, you know, because that's my era. You know, them boys can sing. So what y'all think about Sir Charles Jones coming over here? You know, that's the man right there. I've already had Calvin, so I got to get Tuck on here. I got to get King George on here. Got to get Fat Daddy. So I got a list. I got a list of requests I'm gonna send to him. But look, most importantly, I appreciate y'all coming on. Appreciate y'all coming on here every Wednesday to rock with me. Last Wednesday, like I said, I was in Arkansas taking care of my mom and stuff. So you know, y'all forgive me for that. I was down there, no signal, so I couldn't come on. But y'all know I always have something special for y'all when I come back. But I really appreciate y'all coming on. Appreciate y'all sending me them stars. You know, because like I said, I pay for this podcast out of my pocket. I pay for it myself because this is just what I want to do. But I appreciate y'all coming on, rocking with me. I still got 107 people on here. Y'all have any questions for me? Y'all have any questions for me? Let me see what the question's at. So I had to mute my phone because people kept calling. But oh yeah. Hey, Daryl said me tell Omar. I tell Omar I need to get him. I talked to him. Omar said, no, not yet. He ain't ready yet. Oh yeah, Omar on here. Omar, when you ready, man? Come on over here, man. Give us a history lesson. Yeah, Omar's a bad boy too. But I appreciate y'all, man. Every Wednesday coming on rocking with me and stuff, man. And matter of fact, y'all know I got to play my I got to play an event that's coming up here in Central Texas. Y'all hold on one second. Don't go nowhere. Let me play this event right quick. Y'all hold on one second.
Hit Nation and K-Young Production presents the Central Texas Soul Fest, starring the King of Swing, Taka, Midnight Star, with TK Soul, Jay Morris Group,
She said I'm BD, baby.
West Love, Mr. Smoke,
Oh, baby.
plus Jeff Floyd, and Dee Dee Simon. The Central Texas Soul Fest, Saturday, October 28th at the MLK MLK Festival Grounds, 301 South 4th Street, Temple, Texas. Sucker, Midnight Star, DK Soul, Jay Morse Crew, West Love, Mr. Smoke, Jeff Floyd, and DD Simon. Gates open at 12 noon, showtime 3 p.m. until. Coolers $10, silk glass containers, tents welcome. For info and vendor space, call 254-768-1334. For tickets, go to eventbrite.com.
Oh yeah, y'all. Hey, it's Hit Nation. Hit Nation coming down here, man. They're gonna put on an event. I'm helping Hit Nation put on this event. They bringing it here to Temple, Texas, y'all. So y'all come on down. Yeah, hey, I welcome y'all to come here in my city. You know, Temple is 15 minutes down the road. Y'all know, y'all see Tucker's gonna be I don't know if between him and Midnight Star gonna headline the show. I don't think they decided which one of them gonna do it. Yeah, I leave it up to them. Leave it up to Tucker to figure out, how they gonna do that. But it's gonna be a big show, y'all. So y'all come on down and check it out, if y'all in this area. But again, there's no off the record podcast without you, so y'all tune in every Wednesday at 7:00. And y'all have any questions and stuff, Mr. Clayton was straight to the point. He was just straight to the point. Didn't get to ask him a whole bunch of questions from y'all, but I'm pretty sure, y'all can hit him up on his inbox and ask him any type of question. Very, very humble guy. I mean, just to me, like I said, I've talked to him a couple times. He's an OG over here. He's been around the block. He's been with the greats, so all you can do is learn from him. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm about to eat my dinner. Until next week, next Wednesday, 7:00, I'll see y'all there. Thank you. Where we at? Peace.
Hey, it's off the record. It's Wednesday night. Everybody alright? It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. Hey, you better hold on tight. It's off the record. It's Wednesday night. K.O. I think they're ready. You tuned into what you tuned into. With Kevin Young. Hot reviews with Southern Soul. The topics are real that you can feel. Southern Soul is here. Come on, Mr. Kevin Young.